Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about exception handling in Python. Hi, this is Krupali from Know How Academy. So let's start with me. So let me tell you first what you are going to learn in this video. In this video you will learn why there is a need of exception handling in Python, what is exception handling in Python, and third thing, you will learn practical implementation of exception handling using real life scenario. And last but not the least, you will get an idea about what can be the interview question that can be asked based on exception handling topic in Python. So let's start. So first of all, let me tell you why there is a need of exception handling in Python. In any software application, errors are inevitable. Errors occur in program because of so many reasons like incorrect user input, resource unavailability, network error, or bug in writing a code. So, to overcome the problem of horrible experience from user sides, exception handling comes to the picture. So, let me tell you what is exception handling. Exception handling is a way of writing a code that will handle logical error in a program such a way that who is using or who is running this program, they do not get an idea that there is an error occurred, or they may get a proper message that why the program stops its execution. So that is called exception handling in Python. Errors in program occur because of two reasons. The first reason can be the syntax error and the second reason can be the logical error. So first, practically, let me explain you what is the meaning of syntax error. So let's say I am writing one program which is printing hello on the screen. So I am writing print, writing a double quotation and writing hello. When I try to run the program or when I can see a red color line is showing that is saying that there is an error. That means when I writing a program, I may written incorrect syntax that is not interpreted by the Python interpreter. So that is called syntax error. If you run this program, you will get error like this. User line 1 print hello and something EOL while scanning string literal. Now whatever error you are getting, if you are a not programmer, then it is very hard for you to understand. So what I can do to overcome this syntax error, I can try to get the exact line number. So in line number 1 it is saying that something end of the line. That means I forget to write double quotation. So I write it and let's save it and run it. So you can see that a program runs successfully and it is printing whatever output I have written inside a print statement. Let me clear this. Okay. So this is called syntax error where I write syntax of the program incorrect and that error I get before the execution of the program. Now let me write a program which is generating logical error, then I will explain you what is the meaning of logical error. So I have written this code. Now this code is not showing any syntax error, that means any red color line below any of the word or any of the program line. So when I run this program, you can see that a program execution continue and my terminal is printing continuous hello, hello, hello. It is not going to stop. Why? The reason is that I have done here the logical error. So what is logical error? Logical error means when you write a program and in a logic you made some mistake. Because of that mistake, your program may generate unexpected result. What I want in this program? I want to print hello 10 times on the screen. but you can see that a hello is printing infinite number of times. What is the reason for that? The reason is that this condition, count less than 10, it continuously true after printing hello. So I forget to increment my counter value so that at some point of time this condition may false, so program will come out of the loop. So I forget to write that instruction which will increment the counter. So because of that, program run into infinite loop. So first of all, you should stop your program execution. So it is in infinite loop. So what you can do, you can just click here and you can just delete that. So your program execution stop. What I can do, I can write an instruction which will increase the value of counter. So CNT equal to CNT plus 1 and let's run it. So now hello is printing 10 times. So in previous code there is no syntax error. In this code there is no syntax error. But what is the difference? The difference is I forget to write this line of code and because of that program may go to infinite loop. So that is called a logical error. This is not only one logical error. Let me show you another. Let's say here I am declaring a variable which contain value 10 and I am declaring a variable which contain hello, and when I try to generate addition of that A and B, let's see what happens. A plus B. Now see, if you want to add the value of A and the value of B, here it is not possible. Why? Because when we perform addition, both of the operands should be numeric. But here one operand value is hello and the second operand value is 10, that is numeric. So let's run this program and see what can be the result. You can see that here this error occur. So here before running the program there is no syntax error. Here not red line is showing below any of the program syntax. So at the time of run the program, Python interpreter get an idea that I am trying to add numeric value with the string value. So that is not possible. So here my code is generating runtime exception, or you can say runtime error. So how can I handle this type of exception? So this type of exception or this type of error can be handled using exception handling in Python. You may have a question, how we can perform error handling in Python? So error handling in Python you can do using two keywords, that is try and except. Sometimes in Python error handling is also referred as a exception handling in Python. So let me write a code which will handle logical error in a program and print proper result. You should write logical instruction inside the try block and you should write possible exception and possible result what if the exception occur. So that you should write inside the except block. So first of all, let me declare a variable A equal to 10. So I am assigning 10 value, B equal to hello. Now my error occurred in previous program in this line, that is C equal to A plus B. So there is a possibility that in this processing statement error may occur. So you should write try and write a colon after that, and inside a try block you should write the formula. Let's say whatever formula you want to write or whatever code you want to write. Then if you write a try, compulsory you should write except statement or except block, except. Then you should write print or whatever result you want to print to the user, you can print it. So here you can write addition is not possible. and let's save it and run it. So here you can see that rather than generating this much, it is just printing a simple message that addition is not possible. Why? Because when I run the code, this code is generating an error. So Python code will come automatically inside the except block, and whatever you have written inside the except block, it will execute. Let's say here I am writing print statement, print A, print B, and save it and run it. Let's say what happened. So here I am running my code, and here it is saying that addition is not possible. That means that two line which is written after this C equal to A plus B line, it will never execute. Why? Because the reason is that when a try block generate an exception at any point of line, it will go to the except block and it will execute the instruction. Then it will not come back to this line, that is print A line. So that means whatever instruction is written after the code which generate an error, so that instruction will never execute. So that is the way of executing a program which is written inside a try block. Now there are two other options with the try and except block. The second option is that you can write else statement. So what is the meaning of else statement? Else statement means if your try block is not generating an error, then except block will execute. So let's say here I am writing print C, or I am writing addition of two numbers is, and I am printing the value C. And here right now keep hello as it is and run the code. So you will get a result addition is not possible and the else block is not execute. That means try block is generating an error at this point of line, so it will come here and print addition is not possible, then else block will not execute. Now let's remove this hello and assign 30 inside that. Now let's clear this and execute. So here you can see that C equal to A plus B, that is 30 plus 10, the answer is 40. And it is printing the instruction which is written after this line, that is C equal to A plus B, and it is printing A plus B. Then as we know that there is no logical error inside try block, so it will automatically come to the else part and it will print the result whatever it is written. So this way else block will execute. The next option is finally block. So what is the meaning of finally block? Finally block means whether your program generate an exception or do not generate any exception, but in both the case finally block will execute. So let me write it, print this is finally block and save it, and let's clear this and run it. So here you can see that a program is adding two numbers, that is A plus B, then it is printing AB. Since try block did not generate any exception, so it will come here to the else part and it will execute the print instruction which is written, and finally it will execute the finally block at the end of the program. Generally finally block you should write at the end of program or after the except block. Now let's say here I am again assigning hello value inside a B, hello, and clear and run it. So here you can see that exception occur and it is printing addition is not possible, and still it is printing the instruction which is written inside a finally block. So finally block will compulsory execute whether the exception is occurred or not. This is the basic way of handling exception. So in Python, other than this, there are two ways. First way is handling inbuilt exception. So what is the meaning of inbuilt exception? Let's say you are trying to divide two numbers, A divided by B. When the value of B is not equal to 0, in that case you can perform division. If the value of B is equal to 0, then exception may occur. So how we can handle that exception using inbuilt exception in Python. So let's write it. So I am taking two numbers, A equal to 10, B equal to 20. You can take input from the user, and here I am writing C equal to A divided by B and printing the answer C. So here I have written a code which is not taken care of exception. So let me write it and execute it. So here it is generating an answer. Why? Because A and B values are valid. But what if I am assigning 0 inside B and I try to perform a division? So let's run it. So you can see that here error is occurred and it is not printing proper user understandable message. So what I can do, I can write this formula inside a try block, and I can handle this exception. Which exception? Inbuilt exception using except block. So let me write it inside a try block. Then I need to write except, and here there is one error handling, inbuilt error handling is there, 0 division error. It will catch an exception if the exception is occurred because of division by 0, and I am printing the message that division by 0 is not possible. Okay. So here I am trying to print answer using else block if exception will not raise. So let me run this. So here it is printing a message that division by 0 is not possible. Now let's say I am assigning here 60. Save this and run it. So here the answer is. Now what if my program is generating exception which is not division by 0? So let's say here I am assigning hello. And let me just clear this and run it. Although you write the exception block, still it is generating an error. Why? Because here the except block is only handling the error which is division by 0. But here the division by 0 error is not occurred in program. Some other error occurred. So you should write except block second time to handle other than 0 division exception. So you can write except, then let's say there is one inbuilt error called type error. You can write this, and here you can write whatever you want to print. Error in code. So let's save it. So here it is saying that when I am writing, so here at this point of time C equal to A divided by B, 0 division error not occur, but the error is occurred because of the difference between two type of variable. So this is string variable and this is integer variable. So this is called a type error, and it is printing result like this, error in code. So this way you can handle inbuilt exception. The another way of handling exception is handling user defined exception. So what is user defined exception? Let me tell you with the real life scenario. Let's say you are designing one program. In that program you are taking age as the input. So if someone entered age which is less than 0, that is not valid. Someone entering an age which is greater than 120, that is also not valid. At this point of time you want to generate your custom error or custom exception. So that you can do using a raise keyword in exception handling. Let me show you the code. Here I have written one function. With this function is validating the person age. Now in try block, I am calling the function and passing the value 25. That means it will go to the function and age has a value 25. So 25 is less than 0. That is not true. If the 25 is greater than 120, that is also not true. So in that case, it will go to the else part and it is printing the result. But in a second time, I am passing the age in a minus. So let's see what happened. When it comes to the validate age function, it is checking this condition. So this condition, that is age is less than 0, this condition is true. Since both the conditions are combined using OR, so any one of the condition is true, it go inside the if block. And here it is written raise value error. Now what is the meaning of that? Raise keyword is useful when program wants to generate an error because of the written code. So here raise value error. So it will go to the except block and it will find value error which is written after that, and whatever you have write inside that, it will consider it as a message which we are passing to that except block. So this message is coming and here it is stored in E. So E is an object. Now what message is stored in E object? I am printing it. So let me just run this program and show you. So here first time calling a function, it is printing age is valid, that is 25. But here when I try to call a function with the minus age, it will go to that and here it is raising an exception. So it come out of the value error and it is printing the result. Let's say here I am writing one more time function which is calling with the 100 age. Let's execute it. So here for this nothing is printed. Why? Because when you are in a try block and at this point of time error is occurred or error is generating, so it go to the exception block and it will execute. So whatever instruction it is written after that, it will never going to execute. So that is the reason for validate age 100, it is not doing something. So it is not doing anything for that code. So this way you can handle user defined exception. This means that program will decide when to generate an error based on certain condition. The next way of handling user defined exception, that is using assert statement. So what is assert statement? So basically assert statement you should write in your program at the time of development. Remember, assert statement you cannot use in deployed program. Why? Because it will ignore at the time of deploying process and it will disable actually by the Python interpreter. So let me show you code and explain you the assert statement. So here I have written a code. This code basically withdraw amount from the existing balance. So for that I have designed one function. The name of a function is withdraw function. Now in that I am accepting two arguments, that is balance and amount, and I am checking at the time of withdrawing whether the amount is less than the balance, then we can allow it. If this condition is false, then we cannot allow. And same for the second condition, that is balance minus amount is greater than or equal to 0. Then if the condition is true, then we can allow, otherwise we will generate an error. So assert statement basically checking whether the condition is true or false. If the condition is true, then it will not raise an exception. But if the condition is false, then it will raise an exception. How it will raise an exception? Let me show you by debugging this program. So for that you need to click here and click on run and debug. So your program execution will start, but in debug mode. So here you can see that this highlighted line is coming, that is showing that program is in debug mode. So here using that you can go to the next step and so on. Using that you go to the previous step. So step out and step in. And here that is called step over. That means if function is calling, it will skip and it will come to the next instruction. But I want to go step by step, so I am selecting this. So try, then balance equal to 100. So here I am putting 100. Then amount, basically I am withdrawing 50 rupees. So I am calling the withdraw function, and here the condition is checked whether the amount, that is 50, is less than or equal to balance. So the condition is true. That means exception will not raise. So let's go, and here again balance minus amount, that is 100 minus 50, that is 50 is greater than 0. Again the condition is true, so assert will not raise an exception. Return balance. So my new balance will be 50. Now I am printing the new amount or new balance, that is balance equal to 50. Then I am withdrawing again 150 rupees. So basically in my account 50 rupees are there, and I am trying to withdraw 150 rupees. So basically it is invalid. So let me just go in a function, and here we are checking the condition. Here the condition is false. If the condition is false, then it will generate an exception. Let me show you. So here it is generating an exception, and it is printing the message which I am passing if the condition is false. So cannot withdraw 150 amount, insufficient balance, it will print. So here it is printing cannot withdraw 150 rupees or whatever, an insufficient fund, and it will stop the execution. Here it will not go to the next line. Why? Because if the exception is occurred in a program, it will stop its execution. If finally block is written, then it will execute, and then it stop the execution. But here I did not written finally block, so it will stop the execution of the program. So this way you can write assert statement. Now it's time for interview question that can be asked from this topic. The first question can be, what is the difference between assert and raise statement in Python? The second question can be, how you can handle exception when you are writing web application program, and what can be the possible exception that may occur. The next question can be, what can be the possible exception if you try to read data from the file using Python. And last but not the least, that what is the difference between inbuilt exception and user defined exception in Python. So these are the interview question. So practice that question in a scenario based manner and try to answer those questions as you are facing an interview. And I am giving guarantee that that will be helpful for you to break the interview. In conclusion, I want to say that error handling is not just a coding skill, but it is a skill that ensures the Python code will robust, will handle dynamic errors, and it will user friendly from the user perspective. So these are the things you can learn in exception handling in Python. Thank you for choosing Know How Academy as a source of your IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate to the tech world. If you have any question, do not feel hesitate to reach out to us. Stay curious, keep learning.